Do you recognize this man as a genius? Do you believe he was always smart? Guess what? Not always. Einstein started talking at the age of 3. He had difficulty in reading at school. His teachers considered him slow and rebellious. How many of you have had students in your classroom that were considered slow, not interested, and rebellious? In my student experience, I had too much difficulty in reading because the letters started jumping up and down out of the page. So I didn't understand what was written in the book. That's when, at 40, I recognized myself 100% visual. Since then, in everything I read, I imagine eyes, heads, mustaches, faces. This happened when I heard about Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. This was the relief of my pain. Howard Gardner, the professor of Harvard University, he put this theory in his book, Frames of Mind. And this really changed my life from that time on. And I am here to share with you my experience with myself and with my students, that I started using this theory in my classes. And I felt this worked very well. Gardner affirms that there are 9 types of intelligence, and people may have born with that, either born with this kind of intelligence, some of them, or can develop them during their lives. But everybody is intelligent, okay? Let me present you briefly these 9 intelligences. The musical one is for people that can work well with sounds, rhythm, tone. Here we include the composers, musicians, vocalists. I'm proud to say that music is a primary intelligence in my family. There are 4 generations of musicians and singers. I need to share this with you. The logical mathematical is for people that are familiar with the strategies, numbers, okay? And then we find the scientists, detectives, engineers. The next one is the existential, for people who deal with deep questions about human existence. Why we die, why we live. The interpersonal is the next one. It can deal with others' feelings. Of course, teachers are full of this intelligence. We need to have this. The next one is the bodily kinesthetic. In this type, people have control of their body and mind. And we include the athletes, dancers, surgeons. The next one is the linguistic, for people who find the right words and their meanings. And we can include poets, novelists, journalists, and of course, teachers again. I guess you are trying to find yourselves and people near you, okay? Feel free to identify them. The interpersonal is for people who manage with their own emotions. Psychologists, spiritual leaders, philosophers. And I separated a group of 3. The interpersonal, the existential, and the intrapersonal. All of them deals with feelings and emotions. And of course, we teachers are included there very much. The next one is the spatial, for people who can see the world in 3D. People that can understand the women in the GPS, turn left, turn right. There are some that cannot understand this. And we can see the sailors, pilots, painters, architects. And the last one is the naturalist, for people that deal with nature, animals, the environment. And in this group, we can put the farmers, botanicals, and gardeners. And of course, I'd like to share that my mother is very strong in the naturalist one, because all plants she grows is colorful, is healthy, and beautiful. I admire her for this quality. Okay? And I want to tell you now that my research was for a collection book of the public schools, the Brazilian public schools. And the name of this collection was Way to English. Our colleagues that have already presented here, maybe they know this collection. And I used this material, didactic material, to find the multiple intelligence in it. I saw that it was not the intention for the authors, but I tried to find that in order to apply them with my students to know how I could work with this theory in the didactic book. This first example is for logical mathematical. Our students that are strong with this type of intelligence, they, at a first glance, they will see it is a game. So for them, they will look for a strategy to win this game. It is not the point of learning the language. Of course, they will learn. But for them, what we call attention is, oh, I need to win. I need to find a strategy for this. The next activity caught my attention very much because the authors did not use only different kind or size of letters, but they also paid attention to send a good message, a positive mind, because our students are teenagers. With these books, they are teenagers. So we have the intention to help them to be good citizens, good persons. So in this activity, you have hope, friendship, helping others, services. The next activity caught my attention very much because it is the spatial intelligence. And the authors, again, did a good thing from my point of view, because they put a Brazilian map. Sometimes our students didn't have an experience, a foreign experience, and they don't have the plan in a short term to travel abroad. When you put a Brazilian map, they feel included in the context. Maybe they know someone that lives in this place, maybe they have gone, and it is special for the South region of Brazil. And I felt myself very happy with this, because our students will feel that they belong to this context. This is the musical intelligence. Musical intelligence and musical activity has several possibilities. They can bring their own instruments, favorite songs, they can dance and sing together. So it is a very active and happy environment. This activity caught my attention very much. The bodily kinesthetic, the authors paid attention not to put only athletes, but they called attention for the Paralympic competition. It is a good example of overcoming. Do you remember in the beginning the slow students? I strongly believe that when they see this activity, they will feel themselves inspired. Oh, people with special needs, they need to put a big effort to win, and they are winners. And the authors put also a Brazilian winner. So it is a very good insight, a very good inspiration for our students. Here we have the personal intelligence is a kind of evaluation. It's not test or right, wrong, pass or fail, but how did you do this exercise, okay? With difficulty in order to be better. Here, the interpersonal. We take simple daily activities. Everybody can help others, adults, children. You can help and think about others' feelings. And the last one, the naturalist intelligence, called my attention very much. More than colorful and different animals, they put a good message. All animals have feelings, choose compassion. And it was on purpose to put the questions in Portuguese, to make our students think, always to make them good citizens, good persons. And here I'm proud to present you my work for the master degree, in where I dedicated one chapter for the multiple intelligences. I would like to share with you my good experiences. And I also left to my students a thought. If knowledge is a trip, enjoy the journey. Thank you very much for being here with me. Many thanks to Gabi from EOT team for all the support in these past days. And I hope to meet you someday, somewhere.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Lilian, for this fantastic talk on multiple intelligences. And we do have some questions, so I'm going to ask everyone to stick around for a little bit longer. I know that we are a bit behind the schedule, but the first question is, does everyone have an amount of all these intelligences, or is it one or the other?
Gardner says that we have this intelligence inside of us, but some have this a little bit stronger, and the others can be developed. I also searched that Einstein, when he was adult, he could develop the linguistic one because he started writing articles. So we can develop. Me, myself, naturalist intelligence for me is very weak. I suffer to take care of plants. This is why I admire my mother. Oh, Mom, how our flowers are so colorful. So I need to develop. I have this intelligence inside of me, but I need to develop. The others, the linguistic one in me is very strong. I feel myself comfortable with the linguistic intelligence, but others I need to develop. Yes, we do have all the 9 intelligences because Gardner says we are intelligent. Everybody is, but some we have strong, others we can develop.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Lilian. One last question. Do you think that teaching online is more limiting, or it gives more room to work with all the intelligences in the classroom?
No, we could see all our previous presentations. They use the multiple intelligences very much. I am very inspired and very well. The words aren't coming to my mind now, but congratulations to all the presenters. They use the visual, the linguistic, the strategic. I could see all the multiple intelligences.
Wow.
Thank you.